중년 이후 성공한 사업가, 억만장자들의 조언. 새로운 일을 하고 싶은데 나이가 너무 많은 것 같으신가요? 20대 후반인데 30대가 다 가는데 늦지 않았냐고요. 코널 해럴드 샌더스는 65세에 KFC를 창업했습니다. 레이 크록은 53세에 맥도날드를 창업했습니다. 아돌프 다슬러는 49세에 아디다스를 창업했습니다. 제임스 다이슨은 45세에 다이슨을 창업했습니다. 샘 월트는 44세에 월마트를 창업했습니다. 베라왕은 40세에 베라왕을 창업했습니다. 지미 웰즈는 35세에 위키피디아를 창업했습니다. 아직도 나이가 많다고 생각하시나요? 아직도 늦었다고 생각하시나요? 정말 늦었다고 생각할 때 당장 해야 할 마음가짐. 중년이 되어 성공한 4명의 사업가들을 만나봅시다.
많은 사람이 늦었다고 그래요. 나 45살에 시작했거든요. 그 다음에 돈 없다고 그래요. 5천만 원 가지고 시작했어요. 그 다음에 그쪽 분야의 전문가가 아니라고 그래요. 나는 생명공학과, 약학과, 의학을 다 독학한 사람. 그래서 도전하시는 게 중요해요. 또 도전하면 언제까지 하는 거냐? 성공할 때까지 가는 거야. 그래서 실패란 단어는 없는 겁니다. 아직 성공하지 않은 거지. 실패라는 말은 관뚜껑 닫기 바로 직전에 쓰는 거예요. 근데 불가능이라는 단어, 불가능이 어디 있어요? 어려운 거지. 어려운 거는 자고 일어나면 다시 하면 되는 거예요. 내가 해본 경험으로는 절박하면, 절실하면 이겨내게 돼 있어요.
You need to get comfortable with failure, that you're going to try some things that aren't going to work. And if you can, then that's great, because then you can learn, you can grow, you can take risks in a way that are very hard if you're not good at failing. In some ways, I would say later in my career, I sort of had a gap of time where I wasn't doing entrepreneurial things because I had caught a certain amount of fear, which was, and this is another thing I say to young entrepreneurs, like, just do anything you want. Honestly, your biggest problem is nobody cares what you're doing at all. So if you fail, nobody's going to notice. So just don't panic about it. The story of most entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs, will go through a lot of different career experiences, a lot of different failures, and I think that's really important. And the reason I think this is important is that if you've got that mental model of you have to have that one brilliant, great idea that goes straight to the moon, it can actually be crippling. It's crippling because it can be very hard to get started, because you think, this is my idea good enough? Can I do this? What if I fail? Then my one shot is over. I always say I'm very fortunate to have become successful in this weird thing that I've done, because I would make a terrible employee. I always just get up every day and I just do whatever I think is interesting. And I managed in my life to carve out for myself that kind of freedom.
I think most of my life has been defined by failure. I mean, I was a very serious elite athlete, and I devoted about 16 years of my life to trying to qualify in the Olympics as a skater. And so for me, when I saw that my career was going nowhere, I really had a nervous breakdown. I was lost. And fashion was the thing that really took the place for me of skating. I think I've been fairly fearless. And that just is sort of part of having been an athlete and part of having been a woman, I think, who's lived my life, I think, on my own terms, pretty much.
What are you afraid of? There is nothing to learn from success. I made 5,127 prototypes by the time I got it right. There were 5,126 failures. But I learned one by one from each failure. So I found a solution. So failure doesn't matter. Enjoy failure and learn.
아직도 당신의 나이가 늦었다고 생각하시나요? 그래서 주저하고 있으신가요? 아직도 실패가 두려우신가요? 그래서 시작을 하지 못하고 있나요? 어쩌면 내일부터 용기 내어 결심할 당신의 제2의 인생을 응원합니다.